Every jewel you see glitters because someone bled for it. They call it a crown. I call it a shackle made of fire. You think victory feels sweet? No. It tastes like smoke in the lungs, metal on the tongue, scars pressed into your skull until you forget who you were before the war. This isn't royalty. This is ruin sharpened into a weapon, polished just enough to blind the weak with its shine. And the fools? They envy it. They envy what they could never survive. Sorrow? That word is too fragile to carry the weight I've dragged across every battlefield of my life. It doesn't even scratch the surface. Try loneliness that claws at your ribs until silence becomes louder than screams. Try betrayal that stabs deeper than any blade. Try wearing a smile while your insides rot, and then laugh because you know they'd never survive what you did. You think crowns are given. They're carved from skin, from bone, from the nights when your mind tears itself apart and no one answers your cries. Every crack in me became another jewel. Every scar became another edge. This is not success. This is survival turned savage. Suffering transformed into sovereignty. And the price? Higher than you'd ever dare pay. They'll never see it. They'll never feel the real weight pressing against my skull. They only see gold, not the shadows it hides. They see triumph, but not the torment that sculpted it. And here's the joke. If they had to pay the same cost, they wouldn't last a single night. They'd crawl back into comfort, begging for chains, while I laugh, because I chose the fire. You think this crown made me? No, I made it. I forged it from every scream, every scar, every ounce of sorrow they swore would break me. Now it sits here, heavy, unrelenting, and I wear it with madness in my grin. Not because I wanted it, but because I earned it. Because sorrow wasn't the end, it was the beginning. And now, they'll never take it off me. Not with lies, not with knives, not with their cheap little fantasies of my downfall. This crown is welded to my skull, burned into my essence. And the truth is, I wouldn't trade it for peace. Peace is a cage. Power is pain, and pain is the only language they'll never silence. Comfort isn't peace, it's a velvet coffin they line with false smiles. They feed you comfort like poison dressed as candy. Soft pillows, warm lies, a cage so pretty you forget you're changed. But here's the thing. Comfort kills kings faster than war ever could. It dulls the blade. It silences the fire. It makes you believe stillness is safety, when really, it's suffocation wrapped in silk. I chose chaos because chaos keeps you alive. Comfort whispers, stay. It says, rest, you've done enough. That's the trap. Because the moment you stop, they start building your tomb out of routine and fear. Every second wasted in comfort is another second you could have sharpened your mind, hardened your spirit, carved yourself into something they can't ignore. Safety isn't safe. It's a slow death. Do you know what sorrow taught me? That nothing grows in padded rooms. Nothing evolves in silence. Real transformation comes when your chest is caving in, when your tears blur your vision, when everything screams, quit, and you still keep moving. That's not comfort. That's conquest. That's how monsters are born. In fire, not in feather. I spit on comfort. I laugh at it, because it fooled me once, made me think life was about peace, balance, normality, until it stripped me naked and left me broken, wondering why my fire was gone. That's when I realized I don't need peace. I need pressure. I need pain. I need war in my veins just to stay awake. And look at them, chasing comfort like addicts, worshiping ease, begging for lives without cracks. But cracks are where the light gets in. Cracks are where the beast escapes. And they'll never see it, never feel it, because they're too busy hiding under blankets of lies. Me, I set fire to the blankets. I breathe smoke. I burn the cage. Comfort is a coffin, and sorrow is the shovel that dug me out. It reminded me that only chaos births creation, only destruction brings rebirth. And if that scares them, good, let it. Because while they're asleep in velvet cages, I'm out here, building empires from the ashes they were too afraid to touch. Loyalty is a fairy tale. Betrayal is the author. They smile at your face while sharpening knives behind your back. Betrayal isn't an accident. It's a pattern. A blueprint written in whispers, forged in shadows. But the joke is this. Every knife they stuck in me, I used it. I carved myself sharper, colder, untouchable. They thought betrayal would bury me, but it became the steel that built my crown. Do you know what betrayal really teaches? That no one's hands are clean. That trust is currency, and most people are broke. They sell you out for crumbs, for ego, for the thrill of watching you bleed. But while they celebrated my fall, I was studying. Every smirk, every dagger, every lie. They became lessons, and lessons, they don't fade. They transform. I stopped begging for loyalty. I stopped expecting rescue. Every betrayal rewired my brain, stripped away illusions, killed the child inside me who thought fairness existed. There's no fairness, only leverage, only power. And once you accept that, you stop being prey. You stop bleeding. You become the hunter they swore you'd never be. Funny thing about betrayal, it doesn't weaken you. It removes the mask. It shows you exactly who you are when the whole world turns its back. And what I saw wasn't a victim. It was a storm. A monster crawling out of the wreckage, smiling through broken teeth. Betrayal didn't ruin me. It revealed me. They think betrayal ends you. They don't realize it begins you. Each scar is a signature. Each wound is a page. Betrayal writes the book, but I hold the pen now. And when I write, it's not with ink, it's with fire, with vengeance, with laughter that shakes their bones at night. Because I survived the knives, and now I carry them. Betrayal is the architect, pain is the blueprint. And me? I'm the skyscraper they swore could never be built. They tried to destroy me, but all they did was construct the monster they can't control. And that monster wears a crown welded from every knife they left behind. Rage is resurrection. Sorrow is spark. Together, they ignite the unthinkable. They told me to calm down, to breathe, to let it go. They wanted me tame, predictable, easy to swallow. But sorrow fed me something different. It lit a fire under my ribs, turned silence into dynamite, turned grief into gasoline. Rage didn't kill me. It dragged me back from the dead and whispered, "Burn it all." You see, sorrow makes you sink, but rage makes you rise. It's not weakness, it's rebirth. Every time they tried to drown me in pity, anger lifted me, screaming through the water, tearing chains like paper. Rage isn't madness. It's clarity. It's the moment you realize your pain isn't punishment. It's power. And that power, it terrifies them. They fear rage because rage doesn't wait for permission. Rage doesn't bow. Rage doesn't follow the script. It rips the stage apart and rewrites the play in blood and laughter. They fear it because it can't be caged, because once sorrow fuses with fury, you stop being human and start being inevitable. I didn't just survive rage. I sharpened it. I molded it. I learned to breathe fire without choking, to turn every insult into fuel, every loss into a weapon. Rage didn't control me. I became rage. And that's why they can't touch me. Because you can't fight someone who smiles while burning. They said anger would destroy me. They were right, but what they didn't see was what came after the destruction. A new version, a darker version, a version immune to their tricks, their chains, their pity. Rage killed the weak me, buried him without a sound, and resurrected something untouchable. Now, I don't hide it. I don't suppress it. I let rage sit on my throne, crown tilted, grin wide, eyes burning. Because it's not destruction anymore, it's creation. I don't fear the fire. I am the fire. And every time they get close, every time they underestimate me, they learn the same truth. Ashes don't beg. Ashes don't break. Ashes rise. They see the crown. They don't see the scars it hides. Every smile I wear is stitched together with blood. Every laugh they hear is borrowed from the madness that nearly consumed me. The mask? Oh, it's perfect. Tilted just enough to make them wonder if I'm sane, sharp enough to cut anyone who looks too close. They think it's chaos. They think it's random. But every move, it's precision disguised as insanity. Behind the grin lives calculation. Behind the silence, war. I let them underestimate me. Let them believe the crown sits lightly. That's the trick. They don't realize the mask isn't weakness. It's armor, a weapon. While they waste time guessing who I really am, I'm already 5 steps ahead, writing the ending to their story with a smirk. Scars don't vanish, they camouflage. They sit beneath the surface, shaping every laugh, every glare, every whispered word that keeps them awake at night. My mask isn't to hide the pain, it's to weaponize it. Because when you smile through sorrow, when you laugh in the face of loss, you stop being human in their eyes. You become untouchable. And the truth? They'll never see the storm behind my eyes. They'll never hear the screams stitched into my silence. That's my edge. That's why I win. Because they're too busy analyzing the mask, too desperate to unmask me, while I already turned their curiosity into chains. They'll never understand, and mask the point. Madness, to them, looks like chaos. To me, it's mathematics. Every unpredictable move, calculated. Every burst of laughter, strategy. My scars wrote the code, my sorrow carved the formula, and now the mask runs the game. They think I'm unstable, but the truth, I've never been clearer, never been sharper, never been deadly. So let them stare, let them whisper, let them wonder what's real and what's theater. Because the mask they laugh at, that's the one that makes them shiver at night. The one that turns their fear into fuel for my fire. The one that hides the scars and turns them into crowns. Every crown is purchased in silence, sacrifice, and sanity. They think the price was gold. No, the price was nights that never ended, conversations with shadows, staring into mirrors until my reflection laughed first. Power isn't free. It charges interest with your mind. It takes your sleep, your softness, your innocence, and demands more every time you think you're done paying. This crown? It's heavy because it's built from pieces of me I'll never get back. Sacrifice isn't romantic, it's brutal. It's walking away from people who swore they'd stay. It's burying versions of yourself you loved, just to become someone stronger. It's burning bridges so bright you forget what warmth feels like. And the truth? You don't just lose people, you lose yourself, piece by piece, until what's left is unrecognizable. And yet, that's the deal, isn't it? You can't rise without leaving something behind. You can't command storms without first drowning in one. Every scream swallowed, every tear erased, every moment of loneliness. It wasn't punishment, it was payment. And if you want the crown, you pay in full. No refunds, no mercy. Sometimes I wonder what it cost me most. Was it the trust I'll never feel again? The peace I'll never taste? Or maybe it was the smile I used to wear without effort. That's gone now, replaced by this grin. Sharp, unsettling, eternal. That's what becoming does. It steals your softness, then dares you to regret it. But regret? Ha! Regret is for those who never transformed. I don't regret a thing, because while sorrow drained me, it also forged me. While sacrifice shredded me, it also crowned me. And sanity? Who needs sanity when madness builds empires? Who needs peace when chaos carves kingdoms? The cost was everything. But everything is exactly what I had to lose to stand here now. Broken, yes. Changed, absolutely. Dangerous, without question. And if they think the cost makes me weak, they're already finished. Because this crown isn't proof I survived. It's proof I transcended. Sorrow was the debt, power is the payoff. They thought sorrow would break me, and maybe it did, but only into sharper pieces. Every tear became a blade, every scream became fuel. They wanted me to drown in grief, but I learned how to breathe underwater. And now, that sorrow is my armor, my weapon, my crown. Heavy, unshakable, welded to my skull like destiny itself. They'll call me cold, they'll call me cruel, they'll call me chaotic. And I'll laugh, because they don't understand. That was the point. You don't rise by being gentle. You don't win by being kind. You win by becoming the very nightmare they swore you'd never survive. Sorrow didn't cage me. It unleashed me. Do you know the sweetest sound? Their silence when I walk into the room. The way their eyes widen, their voices stutter, Their confidence collapses. They see the crown, but what they really feel is the storm I carry, the storm they created. Every scar, every betrayal, every wound they inflicted, I turned them all into thunder. They can't take it from me, not with lies, not with knives, not with their fragile fantasies of my fall. This crown is mine because it's burned into me. It's not jewelry, it's not decoration, it's survival made visible. They envy it, but they could never afford it. Not with their weak stomachs, not with their brittle bones. And here's the final joke. I didn't escape sorrow. I embodied it. I became the very thing they feared would consume me. And now, it doesn't consume, it commands. It bends, it rules. The crown cost me everything, but in return, it gave me something no one can steal. The power to laugh at the ashes while they choke on the smoke. So let them whisper, let them doubt, let them dream of my downfall, because sorrow was the price, and the price has been paid. What remains is a force they'll never silence, a king forged in fire, a crown that cost too much, but made me untouchable. Hey ha.